Welcome and welcome back to the Keeping It Positive podcast. I'm your host, Ashley, and thanks so much for tuning in with us today. So today we're going to talk about something really important in my book, and that is facing your fears and going after your dreams. Being in my 20s, and even if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or even teens still, I know that we all have dreams, and I feel like as we get older, people tend to lose the dreams that they have because, outside things start to happen. Work, school, responsibilities, bills, and the responsibilities that we have sometimes outweigh the dreams that we wish that we were doing. I have so many dreams that come into my head day in and day out, and things that I just see myself doing in the future and where I want myself to be. And sometimes I really just don't know how to get there. And I get scared, I stop moving, I don't do anything because sometimes these dreams seem so big and so far out of reach. But in not doing anything, that is me 100% making sure that I don't accomplish anything that I'm thinking in my head. So this year, my goal is really and truly to get out of my head and to just do. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about on today's episode of Keeping It Positive. So let's dive in. The other day I was talking to one of my friends as I was rehearsing to speak at church on this exact topic. And we were just talking about how when we were 5 years old, our dreams were limitless. Anything that we said we wanted to do, we really and truly believed that we could do it. It didn't matter if it was climbing Mount Rushmore, being a millionaire by the time we graduated college, marrying a prince. I really thought that I could do anything. She really thought that she could do anything. And I was just thinking, I was like, dang, when did we lose this belief and dream in ourselves that we could really accomplish anything? And honestly, I don't know. I don't know where things took a turn and I stopped believing in myself and my skills. But I'm really trying to get back to that place, and I hope that you are too. And I hope that by us discussing this today, you start to change some things in yourself and accomplishing those dreams that you believe that you can do. Because I believe you can do it, so you should believe that you can do it too. So as I started thinking about this more and more about 5-year-old Ashley and how I really and truly believed I can do anything, I feel like the biggest thing that stands out to me in the differences between when I was 5 and now is that when I was 5 and I said I wanted to do something, I just started doing it. Now when I say I want to do something, I think through it. I have to have a plan. If the sun is not shining the right way from the horizon, I don't start. If I wake up and my left toe is itching and my right toe is itching, I don't start. If I wake up and I have a slight little headache, it's like, oh, I'll just start tomorrow. And we start putting stuff off and putting stuff off and putting stuff off. But guess what? In putting stuff off, a year will pass, 2 years will pass, 3 years will pass. And the next thing you know, your whole life is gone. So I'm trying to get out of that habit now. And I think this year, honestly, y'all, I've been doing pretty doggone good. I know we haven't talked to each other in a while, but it's for good reason. So this year, starting February, or really starting January 2026, I started my MBA program. So in September, I really started thinking about this again because right after I graduated from college about 3 years ago now. Whoo, am I getting old? No, I'm not. But right when I graduated from college about 3 years ago, I told myself I was going to go back and get my MBA. Now at the time, I started applying, but I never finished the applications. Don't ask me why, because to this day, I still don't know why. And that's a simple task. That's the simple first step in accomplishing this dream that I had in my head, and I didn't do it. So September comes around, and this dream comes in my head again. This time, you know what I did? Instead of thinking about it, instead of asking questions about it, instead of overthinking it, I got on my computer, I typed in a couple of universities, and I started filling out the application that very day. The next day, I called a few people, asked for some recommendation letters. The next day, I looked online to make sure I didn't have to take any extra tests to get into the schools. And the next day, my application wasn't submitted, but it was all filled out, and all I had to do was write my essays. 4 days. 4 days, that's all it took for me to start doing the things I needed to do to accomplish this dream that came into my head. But if I would have overthought it, I probably would honestly still be saying to this very day, right now, that I want to start my MBA. And I probably wouldn't be doing nothing at all. But I started. So January of this year, I started. And I just finished my first semester about a month ago. It went by so quickly, y'all. And it really made me sit down for a moment and just reflect on the steps that it took me to do this thing that I wanted to do And honestly, how simple it was when I started doing it. Because in my head, I was thinking, oh, what if this doesn't go right? Oh, what if that doesn't go right? Oh, I don't know how to do this, so I can't start right now. Or, oh, I don't know who to ask for a recommendation letter, so it might be a little too late now and they might not want to do it. But asking all those questions, I really feel like they're just excuses. They're just excuses we use. Sometimes you just gotta get up and go. Get up and do it. Just do. And I really just use that example to just show that if life's gonna pass you anyways, why not do the things you want to do? Why not go for what you want to go for? Because you never know what opportunities are going to come out of it just by you stepping outside of your own box and putting yourself out there and just taking chance and taking charge of your own life and doing something for you. Not because anybody else wants you to do it, but for you. Because the thing that I found most beneficial to me is that when I start doing things nowadays, I don't ask people questions. I don't consult with other people. I consult with myself and I pray about it. I sit alone. I'll be like, God, if this is for me, this is for me, and I'm going to try it. And when I try it and I succeed, wonderful. And I keep going in that direction. If I try it and I don't succeed, wonderful too, because then that's an opportunity for me to learn, grow, and really think about if that path is something that I really want to go for. And if it is, I'll try again. But if it's not, I will make another lane. Because in life, there's always other lanes. There really and truly is. It's so many opportunities out here, so much just knowledge to gain, so much to learn, and you have to really put yourself out there. And that goes into the whole thing about perspectives. If you don't change your perspective on life, I really and truly believe that nothing is going to change in your life. If you don't change your outlook, if you don't change how you see the world, you're going to stay the same. And in staying the same, you're going to get the same results. In staying the same, you're not going to accomplish your dreams. In staying the same, you're still going to be stuck and sad. So why not make the change in yourself instead of blaming other people? And I'm talking to myself now. I really am. Because when I graduated school, y'all, I'm going to be honest with you for a couple seconds. I mean, I've been honest the whole time. But let me be real with you. I really and truly thought I was going to walk across that stage and jobs were going to come running to me. But you know what happened? Crickets. Crickets happened. Nothing at all. And I was down. I was sad. I was depressed. I was just so upset at everybody else. And I sat in that bed and did nothing for a good year. Nothing but feel bad for myself. Nothing but wait for other people to give me opportunities. But guess what? Nobody is giving you opportunities. You have to make your own opportunities. Which is why I was finally like, let's get up and do something. I started my podcast back. I'm getting my MBA now. And I really feel like my life is finally starting to align and I'm finally starting to see my purpose and what I am meant to do on this earth. And that can be the same thing for you if you get up and just try something. Put yourself out there. Get some new experiences because experiences really and truly help shape you and form you into who you're supposed to be. How are you supposed to know or ever even just figure out your purpose on this earth if you never try anything? If you stick to one lane, if you stick to no lanes at all and just sit there and wait for opportunities to come to you. You have to go after what you want and not be scared. And I feel like the hardest part about going after what you want, the first step is just doing. It's just picking one thing and trying it. For me, it was logging onto my computer and filling out an application. For you, it could be making a phone call to one of your family friends, one of your friends, to ask a question of how they started that business. What's the first step they did? And then you do that exact same thing. It could be you going online to a YouTube video to watch how to do whatever it is you want to do because we really and truly have the world at our fingertips. We can do anything. If you put your mind to it, you just have to try and put yourself out there. And I know. The scariest thing about putting yourself out there and doing something new and just doing it is the fear of failure. The fear that you will not make it. The fear that something will go wrong. But guess what? That fear could also be a motivator. It could motivate you to work harder. It can motivate you to actually achieve the dream that you want to because of that fear of failure. Because if you have a fear of failure, don't you think that you were going to go 10 times harder in that thing that you want to do? If you have a fear of failure, don't you think that you're going to try everything in your power to accomplish that dream? And that fear of failure might be the thing that really helps you get the outcome that you want. Life is really just all about reframing your thoughts and thinking of another way. Because the saying is true, when there's a will, there is a way. There's a way to do anything. We see so many successful people out here, y'all, and yet we get in our own heads. Why? No, that is nothing. I don't care. That's nothing but the devil. Nothing but him trying to keep you down, trying to keep you from fulfilling your truest potential, because you can do it. I believe in you. You should believe in yourself. And on those days that I really and truly don't believe in myself, I have to look at myself in the mirror and be like, girl, you got this. What's your name? I repeat what my mama always says. What's your name, Ashley? And I say my whole name in the mirror. And I say it a couple times. And the next thing you know, boom, I'm back and I'm better. But really and truly, no matter where you are in life, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, you can do anything you put your mind to. So just try. Just do it. Just like I started my MBA, you can start whatever you want to start. And if you're still struggling about it, imagine yourself as that 5-year-old kid who really and truly believed that they can do anything, that they can accomplish any and every little thing, no matter how big, no matter how delusional the idea was in their head. Have the faith, have the belief of a 5-year-old, of your 5-year-old self. And maybe that will help you get out of yourself. And there are all these resources out here that are supposed to help you, get out of your head, make money. Books that are called, How to Be a Millionaire. But although those are great, and I read a couple of those, and I really and truly love them, I feel like the most impactful thing to me personally is when I took the time to do a self-dive on myself to figure out where I lacked, my areas of improvement, and really work on those. That is when I started seeing more growth in myself. That is when I started having more confidence in myself. That is when I started to see the change in myself that I know will benefit me in the future. So take some time, spend some time with yourself, figure out what it is that you need to work on, because nobody's perfect. We all have things that we need to work on. And in working on those things, that is when you really and truly can see the change in yourself and accomplish those dreams that you believe that you can do and that you have in your mind and spirit to do. You're going to be able to do them. 120% you're going to be able to do them once you do that work on yourself. So as we go through this life thing, y'all, I'm going to keep working. You keep working. And we are going to figure this life stuff out together. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye!